once again. Translation. Reviewing stuff. And remember, today, reviewing stuff. See, I wrote that. It's division strategies. And this is my very favorite. This one is long division. But remember, I'm changing the name. Thank you for helping me change the name. It is Sonic Division. It's faster than Long Division. I don't know why they called it Long Division. I think it's just because it goes down long ways on your page, but it's Sonic Division because this is really the fastest way to divide. All right, so just remember all the steps are right there. DMSB, dad, mom, sister, brother, right? What that stands for is divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the same problem that we have done multiple times. So if you haven't watched the Big 7 or the Base 10, watch those. So finally, we are at Sonic Division. All right, so all we're going to do is we're going to divide, we're going to multiply, we're going to subtract, and we're going to bring down. This is the only 4 steps there are. 4 steps over and over. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. 4 steps. All right, so 4 steps. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to divide. We're going to ask ourselves, how many times does 12 go into 2? And the first thing you're going to notice is anytime you have 2 digits on the outside of the house, anytime you have a 2-digit divisor, anytime you have a 2-digit divisor, it's never going to fit into that first digit. So here's what we're going to do. Divide. 12 goes into 2. 0 times. The reason why I'm going to do the 0 every time is that way I'm following the same steps over and over. 12 times 0 is 0. That's my multiplication step. So I divided by going 12 goes into 2, 0 times. I multiplied by going 12 times 0 equals 0. Now I'm subtracting. 2 minus 0 equals 2. And then finally, I'm going to bring down this number next door. All right. So as you can see, we have made it through one time through our 4 steps. I don't know why I'm having trouble thinking. Everybody has trouble thinking sometimes. All right, so we divided, we multiplied, we subtracted, we brought down. So we've gone through every step once. I have a 3-digit number as my dividend, so I'm going to go through every step 3 times. All right, so the next thing, this is perhaps the trickiest part, but I want to give you all just like a little heads up. The reason why I draw this arrow every time is because it reminds me of what the next number that I have to divide is, okay? And the situation here is sometimes we bring down and then we start looking up here again, and I think that that's confusing. You might find it confusing as well. So if you draw an arrow down to where you brought down the number, and then kind of remember that number is attached to another digit. So we're looking at the number 24, not just the 4, but it's attached to the 2. So 24. Now ask yourself, how many times does 12 go into 24? That's our division step. How many times can we fit 12 into 24? So 2 groups of 12 is 24. So 12 fits into 24 twice. Now we're going to multiply. 12 times 2 is indeed 24. All right. So 24 minus 24 is 0. And then we're going to bring down our 8. All right. So once again, as you can see, we are looking down this arrow at not only, well, this time it's attached to another digit and the other digit is 0. So it is the same thing. All right. So now you got to ask yourself the question, how many times does 12 fit into 8? Now, if you skip this step, then you're going to forget a place value up here. So you must go through one more time. There has to be a check next to each step twice. So how many times does 12 go into 8? And even if you know the answer is 0, 12 goes into 8 0 times. Next thing we're going to do, multiply 12 times 0. That's 0. Next thing we're going to do is subtract. What is 8 minus 0? It's 8. And then finally, we are going to bring up our remainder. Remember, if your number at the end is smaller than your divisor, you can't do anything else with it, so it becomes your remainder. So I divided 3 times, multiplied 3 times, subtracted 3 times, brought down 3 times.